If you want to lose weight and keep it off while transforming your overall life, health, and wellness, keep listening. Have you already tried cutting calories or counting macros, and either you haven't lost weight or it keeps coming back? Or maybe you don't even know where to start with your weight loss. You just know that you don't feel well on the inside and you want to get fit, you want to maintain a healthy weight, feel great, and be able to take part in life fully. Or maybe you experience emotional eating and serious cravings that have sabotaged you in the past. Or you haven't been able to stick to a plan and actually make progress. The reason why you aren't making the progress that you wanted in your healthy weight loss journey and maintaining a healthy weight is because you haven't addressed the 6 pillars that are the underlying root causes. Weight gain is a symptom of being out of alignment with these 6 pillars. And the way to lose weight is not just to focus on nutrition or exercise or cutting calories or gut health or even detoxing alone. It's bringing in the detox with the right nutrition, with healing your gut health, with working through all of the emotional blocks, with removing all of our limiting beliefs and the thoughts that are surrounding our weight gain, with regulating our nervous system, and with decoding our body's language so that we can have our body as our ally on this health and wellness and weight loss journey, so that you can break free and release the barriers that are keeping you from healthy weight loss. Because it's all connected. It's never just one thing. And the reason why you can't keep the weight off or lose it at all, it's because you're only focusing on 1 or 2 of these 6 pillars, or maybe not any of them accurately and completely. And it doesn't work that way if you only look at one aspect. The body is holistic. It is quantum. It is a universe. And so when we look at these pillars and the interactions between them, that is what's powerful. That is what makes lasting change and, again, lasting weight loss. And the reasons you haven't gotten the results you want with your weight loss and other health conditions, because this affects all aspects of life, our mental health, our skin, our hormones, our metabolism, etc., it's because you're missing these pieces. And you won't get results if you're only focusing on 1 or 2 aspects and not looking at all the aspects in a holistic way. And you'll never be able to lose the weight and keep it off unless you do. And that's why you haven't gotten results with potentially other practitioners or other meal plans or other diet plans or apps or different programs, because you've only been focusing on 1 or 2 aspects and not the full picture. So we need to be addressing all 6 of these pillars that are the true underlying root causes. Now, what are these pillars? They are the pillars of the Radiant Health Protocol. And my name is Dr. Beata, and I'm a holistic and integrative doctor. I work with clients with all sorts of signs and symptoms, different conditions, diagnoses, and I do specialize in the areas of weight loss, food allergies, digestion and gut health, fertility, pregnancy and breastfeeding, and anxiety, overwhelm, and burnout. And this is video 2 on holistic nutrition and mind, body, and soul nourishment of the Break Free Weight Loss Masterclass series. And so if you haven't seen the first video, be sure to watch that after this. And this is also in conjunction with the Break Free Weight Loss mini course. It's an affordable and powerful bundle that I've created just for you, so that no matter what stage you're in on your weight loss journey and health journey, you can get started now. And with either the mini course alone, or I have a bundle option for a one-on-one consultation and a full month of support, plus lots of bonuses to customize and make your individual plan. So if you want to break free, lose weight, and keep it off effortlessly, sign up for this full month of support that is currently 91% off and get the mini course included for free. This will give you the customized solutions for you and your unique journey. And the link will be below in the comments and description. So in this video in particular, we're going to discover how to actually nourish our body using holistic nutrition and what that really means and how you can start applying it today for optimal nutrition. We're going to touch on various diets like keto or paleo and how this is very different from a program that just gives you a meal plan, and how my approach and the Radiant Health Protocol is such a comprehensive picture that you won't get anywhere else. We're going to go into food sensitivities, allergies, and inflammation associated with those and why it makes you hold on to weight. We're going to touch on epigenetics and supplements. And we're also going to explore mind, body, and soul nourishment. What does that actually mean and how does that look? And throughout this whole video, you're going to get lots of tips and tricks for weight loss and overall health, wellness, and vitality. And you're also going to get an invitation to that affordable break-free weight loss mini course and bundle that I've created for you. If this resonates with you and you're ready again to break free, lose the weight, and release the barriers that are stopping you from losing weight, go ahead and click below, get that mini course or the full bundle with a consultation and full month of support today. So before we jump into the nutrition and nourishment part, I want to quickly present the 6 pillars that I've been talking about and that have been missing on your journey. So I'm going to start today with number 1, talking about comprehensive gut health and healing. And this is going beyond just supplements or a probiotic. When we look at gut health, we need to nurture and rebalance your gut microbiome. These are the trillions of microorganisms in our gut that really are built-in pharmacy. They create hormones. They affect our metabolism. They affect, again, hormonal health. They affect our skin. They affect our mental health. They affect our energy and vitality. They affect absolutely everything. And this also is in conjunction and related to cravings as well. We are also talking about healing and sealing the gut wall. So the majority of us have leaky gut, and we need to heal and seal that gut wall for overall health and, again, optimal weight loss. And we want to support optimal digestion. This is really a cornerstone of our overall health and affects absolutely everything in our life. Next is emotional, energetics, and spiritual alignment. So we need to understand the profound connection between our emotions and what we may not be allowing ourselves to express, or what we may not know is under the surface of our emotions, the energies of those emotions and how they can become trapped within our field and our body and actually present as physical manifestation of disease, and our physical health. We need to look at clearing past wounds, aligning with our truth, with our true essence, tapping into the divine for that connection, and intuition for guidance, accessing infinite knowledge. And then next is integrated detoxification. Again, this goes way beyond just like a cleanse, a detox cleanse, or a fast. We're discovering how our innate detox pathways work, how to open them, how to support our organs that are detoxifying, and understanding the interplay with our emotions, energetics, and the nervous system, because again, it is all related. And so our emotions are showing up in different ways in our detox pathways as well. And that's a cool part of my program, is we look at how do we detoxify our organs for effects in our life in general. And then next is nervous system regulation, because when we are constantly in a state of fight or flight or freeze or fawn, and we are constantly stressed and worried, and let's be honest, who isn't nowadays, right? We can't get into rest and digest. We can't regulate our nervous system to be able to spend adequate time in that rest and digest state. And without that regulation, healing is inhibited. Whatever wonderful, organic, healthy food you may be eating, whatever supplements you may be taking, they're actually not going to be able to do their job, and you're not going to see progress unless you regulate your nervous system. Next is decoding your body's language. So your body communicates with you continuously, and it's important to learn to decipher and understand its messages and address the root causes rather than masking symptoms with Band-Aid solutions. So in this part, we dive into intuitive eating, divine muscle testing to start understanding what it is that our body needs right now. How much of it do we need? Intuition training, and learning the signs and symptoms of our body and understanding what they're telling us. And then finally, the purpose of this video is holistic nutrition and nourishment. So learning to nourish our body with foods that fuel vitality and energy, enhancing well-being from within, as well as mind, body, and soul nourishment, which again goes way beyond just a meal plan or something like that you'll get somewhere else. So let's dive into the topic. When we're discussing holistic nutrition, we mean eating nutrient-dense foods that nourish our bodies and provide what we need while also eliminating foods that are a detriment to our health. Now, this is very bio-individual. So some examples of things are oxalates and salicylates and histamine and processed food and refined sugar and refined and processed seed oils, for example. So these are not for everyone. Everyone doesn't need to worry about some of these things. And at the same time, some of us do, because they're going to be increasing inflammation for us. Our body's not able to digest certain things. So it's important to have a customized nutrition plan for you in this sense. And it's not beneficial to unnecessarily eliminate things, because then it's actually making your body work harder in certain ways, and you may be malnourishing yourself. So what we really want to do is we want to focus on healing foods, nourishing foods. And I work really closely with my clients to create their custom protocol and diet and empower them to do so themselves as well. So we want to become aware if we are eating real food or if we're eating processed foods, and without judgment, just observation and awareness. So when we do eat processed foods, there are chemical additives in there, preservatives, seed oils that are rancid. What this does is it increases inflammation. It increases our toxic load. It makes our body work harder. So we have more to detoxify, right? We have more inflammation, which leads to more weight gain. And at the same time, we are malnourishing ourselves because we're not getting the nutrition that we need. So I'm going to tell you a story from my personal experience back when I was in college, to kind of demonstrate this point. So it was interesting. I was actually getting my nutrition degree at the time, and I was on a low / almost non-fat diet at the time. And what I was doing is I was cutting calories, which is what you're taught to do, right, when you want to lose weight. And at the same time, I was cutting a lot of fat. So what happened is I was eating a lot of like fortified cereals, fortified like protein bars and meal replacement bars, shakes, things like that. Now, what I didn't realize at the time is that all of these things that are fortified, that have all these chemical additives, again, preservatives, etc., our body doesn't know what to do with them. So my body wasn't able to absorb or utilize that nutrition. So on the label, it may say you're getting 200% of vitamin B6 and 500% of vitamin C, etc., etc. But a lot of that's fortified, our body can't do anything with it because it's foreign essentially to us. So I'm curious if this resonates with you. Have you been eating meal replacement bars or shakes, etc., and not seeing progress? That could be a big reason why, is that you're actually not nourishing your food. And so this is what happened to me. I would essentially be starving myself, even though I wasn't cutting calories that much. I was starving myself because I wasn't giving myself the nutrition that I needed. So what would happen is I would, be on this strict diet during the week, all of these, again, fortified foods, etc. And then once a week there was a ice cream bar at my school, and I would go crazy. I would binge. I would get this huge sundae. I loaded up with all the stuff because my body was screaming for nourishment. It was screaming for fat, and I wasn't giving it. We need fat in our diet. And that's, again, a myth and a tip that most people won't tell you, because non-fat and low-fat diets are still a thing. And I want you to know that we want to eat fat. We want to eat healthy sources of fat. So we don't want seed oils that are rancid. We want healthy fat, and a lot of it is saturated, and things that from animal products, things that, again, we can say Western medicine and nutrition is putting a quote unquote bad label on, where I absolutely want to call BS on that. We need fat. I have 2 videos that I made about why fat is important, and I'll link them below, because it is so important to get that and to learn why it's important. Now, the other piece of this that's important to mention is that this binge and then starvation, binge and starvation, was this cycle that kept repeating. Have you been there before? Have you experienced that? Where maybe you're really good with a diet and then you binge and you go crazy and then you try to get back on it and you binge again. I want you to know that I've been there, and that is a sign that, again, these pillars, all of these 6 pillars, aren't being addressed, because now I can look back and say, oh my gosh, my nervous system was totally dysregulated. I wasn't paying attention to my emotional energetics. I wasn't listening to what my body was saying. So that is why it's so important to use all of these pillars in our journey. Now, that was, again, my personal experience. And at the beginning of that journey, I didn't really lose the weight. I kind of went up and down a little bit, didn't make a big difference. And so what I want you to know, that losing weight, and it's not just about counting calories. We need to make sure that we're meeting our vitamin and mineral needs. So it's not, again, just looking at macros. It's not just looking at calories. We need to make sure that we're giving ourselves the nutrition, the nourishment that our body needs to maintain processes, to just be healthy, to detoxify on its own, and then it can lose weight effortlessly and easily. So one tip I'm going to give you right now is to take a look at the package. If you're eating something in a box, a can, a bag, etc., turn it around, look at the back of that package. If there is anything like a seed oil on it, so a sunflower oil, a safflower oil, a corn oil, a vegetable oil, don't eat it. And honestly, even olive oil, that is something that should not be heated and used to fry potato chips or other things in. So if there are seed oils on the package that you're eating, again, just awareness and consciousness to it, no judgment at all, just awareness. And your body will tell you what it wants to do next, okay? But just become aware. Are you eating the seed oils? If you're ready to move on and let that go ahead. If you're not, that's okay. We need to take one step at a time, just bring some consciousness and awareness to it. The next thing, when you're looking at those labels, look at the additives, the preservatives. If there's natural flavors are not natural. They're chemically derived. So there are so many little things hidden in a lot of our food, especially processed food. So what I recommend is really a whole food diet as best as we can. And I also recommend animal products. Again, Western medicine, Western diet, nutrition is kind of villainizing animal products. I want you to know that they are the most nutrient dense foods on the planet. They have the most nutrition. They are readily accessible as well, the nutrition. So when we eat something like an organ meat, or again, a piece of meat, that nutrition is bioavailable to us. Our body knows what to do with it. It knows how to absorb it. It knows how to utilize it. And it gives us the best bang for our buck. So when we're looking at nutrient dense foods and calories, we actually want those animal products. Now, the thing is, some people have said that, oh, well, I went to a vegan or vegetarian diet because I didn't feel well with those. The thing is, you didn't optimize your digestion first. We need to optimize our digestion to be able to eat those animal products and utilize them well. So there is a specific protocol that I use to introduce. So especially if you have been vegan or vegetarian, and many times I've worked with clients like this, that you don't feel well and there are health conditions coming up because of that, I am here to help you transition to being able to eat more animal products in a safe and healthy way. So the other thing that I do ask my clients to do is I ask them to cook. And so cooking for ourselves gives us our power back, and cooking for our family gives us and empowers us to take care of our health and wellness and nutrition. It gives us agency over that. So in the mini course, we go deeper on this topic, and I'm also giving you a powerful assessment to start understanding why previous attempts at weight loss may not have worked for you. It's going to encourage some self-reflection, and you're going to be able to start identifying the potential barriers unique to you and what you need to release for weight loss success. So you're going to start understanding why it hasn't worked for you in the past, and you're going to get powerful weight loss affirmations and mind shifts. And you're also going to get some tips to avoid that self-sabotage. So especially if you've experienced emotional eating or cravings in the past, or stress eating, I want you to know that that is normal and okay. And there are some things that we can do about it, again, while we utilize all of these 6 pillars. In the mini course, you're also going to get a weekly meal planner, a measurement tracker, a gratitude tracker, because again, we need to become aware of our thoughts and beliefs, which we'll go over in a moment when we're talking about nourishing our mind. But that is an important aspect of our weight loss journey and health journey as well. And we're also going to I'm providing you a fitness planner so that you can start becoming aware of how you're moving your body and what feels good to your body. So this is included in the weight loss mini course as well. And again, I'm also offering a bundle that includes a full month of support with a one-on-one custom consultation. So you're going to get custom solutions, resources just for you, plus that full month of support and the mini course included for free. And we're looking again at emotional eating, proper nourishment, hormonal metabolism, and more. So if you're ready to break free, lose weight, and release the barriers that are stopping you from weight loss success, go ahead, click below, and get that full month of support bundle today. So next, let's talk about diet plans, different diets that maybe you've tried or maybe you've just heard about. So a couple popular ones are keto, paleo, FODMAP, elimination diets. And the thing is that none of these diets is inherently bad, okay? They have benefits to them, and there's some of the ones that I do use and modify. That's the key, is customization and modification. So when we're looking at these diet plans, we need to see not only what are we eliminating, because a lot of these diet plans focus on what are we taking away. Well, we need to focus on what are we actually eating? What are we actually nourishing our bodies with? What are we actually consuming? And how is that supporting our body? And is that working with our body? So we'll talk about food allergies in a moment. And so that is one of the key pieces that was missing for me on my journey. I tried a lot of these diets. I went on severe elimination diets. And the focus that was missing was, well, what am I actually eating? How am I actually going to nourish myself when I'm potentially cutting out certain ingredients? So that is something that, depending on the client that I work with, we do give custom recommendations potentially for elimination. And we also focus on making sure that we're still meeting all of our nourishment needs based on what we are eating and how to focus on those nutrient dense foods. So one of the areas that I also specialize in are people on severe elimination diets, because I've been there as well. And I've worked through mentorship with other practitioners on this. And I know how to, one, not only nourish our bodies, but also heal our gut, even when we're on severely limited diets. And the other thing I want to mention is superfoods. So superfoods are often talked about, and people are like, oh, you just have to eat this one thing and everything's going to be great. Turmeric was like the big thing, maybe like 15 years ago when I was starting my journey. And they have their place and they're not for everyone. So I'll say that when I started discovering my own gut health issues, I realized that I couldn't eat turmeric. That was one of the things that was actually creating me inflammation, but it was touted to be an anti-inflammatory, right? What's going on here? So it's one of those things that we need that customization, and that you can't just rely on a couple superfoods alone and then eat crap and think that you're going to be nourishing yourself well, to say it bluntly. Okay. You can't just think that one or two things and then you can eat whatever you want and everything's going to be fine. We need to look at this again from a holistic perspective, that 6-pillar perspective. So the next thing let's touch on is that, again, food sensitivities, allergies, and intolerances. So when we are consuming something like I was with the turmeric, that is actually creating an immune response within us. There are different kinds of immune responses. So when we think of a food allergy, we should think of something like an anaphylactic shock, right? Or, peanut allergy is often talked about, but honestly, milk allergy is one of the biggest ones in the world. So when we talk about that, that is a medical emergency. There's also a different kind of allergy, which is called a non-IgE allergy. And this is what's sometimes referred to as a food sensitivity. So you're still getting an immune system response, but it may present itself like eczema, or it may present itself like digestion issues, constant bloating, etc. There's so many components to it. So we need to make sure that you're not consuming these things, because again, it's increasing inflammation, which is going to make you hold on to weight. It's going to potentially even have you gain weight. So that's a crucial component when I work with clients, is identifying what are these potential food sensitivities, allergies, and intolerances. And we go more in depth on the difference of those, and how do we figure that out, and how do we support your body through it again, and then focus on, once we take those out, how are we nourishing our body well. So when we do this, there are different tests that you can do at home, actually, certain ones to test for certain ones that, again, are more of that anaphylactic allergy. Then you need to go see a food allergist for those. And a lot of it, again, is gut health related. So how do we support ourselves, and how do we use divine muscle testing as well? So not just physiologic testing that you can do at home. How do we use divine muscle testing to access your body's innate wisdom and intuition to know what is in its highest and greatest good to consume that day, etc. So now, right after this whole journey, it took me about 15 years to figure out my specific formula, because I didn't have a mentor at the time. I didn't have anyone helping me. I did lots of trial and error, made lots of mistakes. Now I am effortlessly at my natural weight. I don't have to think about it. I don't count calories. I don't diet. And I understand what my body's telling me. And I eat to give my body what it needs for nourishment. And it is possible for you as well. So the other piece that I want to mention is epigenetics. And for those that aren't familiar with this, It's essentially the study and the science that shows that our genes, we are not our genes. So our genes are here. And so some of you may have a belief that, well, everyone in my family is big, so I'm just going to be big. Nope, that's not true. Our environment, our diet, our food, our energetics, our emotions can actually change the expression of our genes. And this is documented in science. So we need to understand that we can turn certain genes on and off, and we can alter the expression of our genes. We are not our genes. Now, supplements is another thing. When I work with clients, I like to rely on whole foods. With me, you're not going to get hundreds of dollars of supplements to buy every month. That is not what I'm about. We want to be able to nourish ourselves with whole food ingredients and sources. So when I work with clients and we're looking at, again, nutrient levels, vitamin levels, we're going to be looking at whole foods because, again, this is what our body recognizes. This is what our body processes, is able to process and utilize and absorb. And it's going to decrease the workload on our body and the toxin load on our body. Occasionally, there are certain supplements that I do recommend depending on certain situations. Again, this is where the customization comes in. And when I do that, I look at the highest quality supplements that have the least additives, the least preservatives, if any at all. And that is my goal, is to ideally, if you are taking a lot of supplements, teach you how to use whole foods instead. It's going to save you a whole lot of money. It's going to decrease your toxin load, and you're going to be so much healthier and feel so much better because of it. How can we use real food to get that nutrition? It is possible. We need high quality food, and we need to know what we're doing with it. And I also have a whole video on supplements. I'll link that below as well. Please watch that. That gives a little bit more insight into my approach. So the next piece is nourishing our body with movement. And so, again, another college story for you. I used to work out hours and hours and hours. I mean, like teens of hours, between 15 to 20 hours a week at the gym when I was in college. Now, the thing that I realized is no matter how much I worked out, I wasn't seeing weight loss. It would not make a big difference. And so I could spend hours and hours doing it and not see a change. Now, what was going on is that I wasn't paying attention to my body. I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't working all the 6 pillars. And so what happens is you may be working a lot at the gym. You may be working out. You may be doing all of these wonderful things. And you may not be seeing weight loss because you're not using the combination of all of these 6 pillars. At the same time, some of us overwork ourselves at the gym. That's what I was doing when I was doing that much exercise at the gym. I was actually counteracting my metabolism. I was putting my body into a survival state. So I want you to know that, again, there's customization here. And when I talk about body movement, there are so many safe ways that you don't even need a gym for. I honestly have been the fittest that I've been in my life, and I don't go to a gym. I haven't been to a gym in 7 years, over 7 years now. These are things that are easy, accessible to everyone. You don't need a lot of equipment for, and you can be strong and fit and healthy without spending hours at the gym. So next is nourishing our mind. What does that mean? When we think about it, right? Think about it. We each have about 60,000 thoughts every day. About 75% of those are negative and 95% are repetitive. So what that means is that we are replaying thoughts of anxiety, stress, overwhelm, feeling stuck, judgment, criticism. And I want you to know that it's okay. A lot of us, essentially all of us, experience this. And I want you to have the agency that there is something that you can do. So your first tip for this is to become aware. Start becoming aware of, hey, what am I telling myself? What's going on in my mind as I'm thinking about this situation? Am I beating myself up for this mistake? Am I criticizing myself harshly? Am I starting to spiral into anxiety? I've been there. I know what that's like. So we need to be aware of that, and we need to acknowledge that. We need to hold space for that. And at the same time, we can be mindful about it. We can choose to increase our positive self-talk. What's something nice that you can tell yourself today and every day? Is it that I am doing my best right now? Is it that I am healing right now? Is it that I am getting healthier and fitter every single day? This is your little tip right now, is choose a statement that really resonates with you, that you feel deeply within you, that feels good, and repeat it to yourself whenever you get the chance. Write it down, make it tangible, repeat it over and over again. That's going to transform that self-talk that you have in your head. And you're going to become more and more aware of the situations where maybe you are criticizing yourself, where you're going into worry and anxiety. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. We just want to become aware of it. No judgment, no criticism, just observing it. So what is something that you can tell yourself today and every day? And how can you show yourself that you love yourself? That's going to be your little assignment for this section. All right, we're getting towards the end. So what does it mean to nourish our soul? Now, what we talk about our soul, this is where that divine aspect comes in. So all of us, may have different words, etc., that we use. When I do our work, we work with the divine. So whatever that means for you, whatever your higher power is. And when we look at that, we start understanding that this inner well-being and happiness that's within us spreads out and shows up in all aspects of our life. So how do we take care of ourselves from the inside out? Is it with gratitude, right? Can we express gratitude to the divine for being able to wake up today, for our home, for the food that we do have, for our family, our friends, whatever it is? Is it just this moment? Is it grace and humility and forgiveness for doing our best, for all of our experiences, for all of the different parts that come up within us? And trusting that higher power, our creator, the divine, that it'll all be okay. It's all going to work out. And the tip for this is being intentional with our self-care, being intentional with what's happening on our emotional levels, on our energetic levels. And because it really is a mirror. So what's going on internally in us emotionally shows up physically in a manifestation, again, of diseases and conditions. And at the same time, it can show up in our relationships. It can show up in our business and career. It can show up in our finances. It can show up in our family dynamics, and vice versa. So we need to be aware of that interaction, that play. That's why I mentioned it's all quantum, it's all entangled, it's all related. And when I work with clients, this is not just a health and wellness program. This ends up being life coaching at the same time, because we can't talk about our soul, our purpose, fulfilling that need within us, and all of these emotions and energetics without talking about our entire lives, because it affects everything. At the same time, I want to go back to nourishing our mind for a moment. What are some of the limiting beliefs that we have playing in our minds? Is it that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worthy, that I can't be loved, that I'm not worthy of love? And I know, again, from personal experience, I have felt those things as well. And there are ways that we can integrate that, we can love that, and we can still, again, experience joy and health and weight loss and wellness on so many aspects of our lives. It's just this specific approach of how to do it. We need to acknowledge it, we need to love it, and we need to be able to support our system, our whole universe within our body through that. So overall, I want you to not just lose the weight. This isn't only about weight. We're going to lose everything that's stopping you from creating the life that you want, the life that you desire, the life that you crave, that is meant for you, for the highest and greatest good of all. So we're looking at this on physical levels, on emotional levels, on mental levels, on energetic levels, on spiritual levels. It's not just about the physical body. And this is what we dive deep into during the mini course. And you're going to get all the resources, the guided practices, and for those who get the bundle, you're going to get a one-on-one consultation and a full month of support to go even deeper and create customized solutions for you. When we talk about these pillars, I want you to take a moment and acknowledge, what are the things that you haven't tried yet? What have you tried? Have you tried combining them? Have you tried this quantum approach? You haven't if you're here and still watching this. So I like to make health and wellness fun and exciting. I love working with clients and seeing the dots connect and seeing those epiphanies and insights come through to clients. I love seeing it when like clients can make a connection, when the puzzle pieces start falling into place. They feel the shifts and see the changes, not just in weight, but in their life as a whole. And so you may feel lighter physically, more vitality, more life force, more joy, again, more alignment in your career, your business, your relationships. This is what I want for you just as badly as you want it for yourself, if not more. And so what are your next steps, right? One is you can try to figure it out on your own. I've been there. I've done that. I've done trial and error for years. And again, when you watch that first video in the masterclass series, I share a lot more about my story and all the trial and error that I did. And it took me a long time to figure out what was actually best for me. Lots of mentorships, lots of practitioners that I went through to finally figure out my formula. And that's what I empower you to do with the Radiant Health Protocol, is to create your unique protocol. What is it that is best for you, for your soul, for your body, for your mind, for your energy? And I did this in a way so that the mini course, it is at such an affordable price because it's something that everyone has access to at this price point, and you'll be able to get so much value, and it is so powerful. So don't let the price point have you think that it's not going to make a difference. It will. And with this, you're going to have clear steps to start working through on your own and creating your unique protocol. That's absolutely great if that's where you are and that's what you want. And then there's some of you that want the fast track. You don't want to make the results. You want results now. You don't want to make mistakes. You want the results now. You don't want to miss components. You want guidance. You want support. You want accountability. You're ready to go. Right now, it's 91% off to get a full month of custom support, a one-on-one consultation, plus lots of bonuses like the Radiant Health Protocol, live programs, live Q&As, mini retreats, etc. And you also get resources specific to you for your transformation. So you never feel alone in this journey. I'm literally going to be holding your hand through this process. And through it, we're also, again, one of the fun things about my program is we're looking at the organs of your body and the energies and emotions associated with those organs and how they're affecting your weight loss. So that is such an important piece because, again, no one talks about this and no one applies it this way. But when we start working on supporting and detoxifying certain organs, weight just drops off effortlessly. So this approach, again, is quantum, it's holistic, it's integrative. And this is health and wellness that absolutely transforms your life. And I like to make it, again, fun and approachable to everyone and every area of your life. So if you want to break free, lose the weight, and keep it off, sign up for the full month of support and the one-on-one consultation that's 91% off, and get the mini course included for free. The link's below in the comments and description. And then again, if you just want to do the mini course alone, just that mini course alone includes so much value. So you're going to get a guided practice to get clear on your why. You're going to get a powerful assessment to start understanding why previous attempts didn't work for you. You're going to get powerful weight loss affirmations and mind shifts, tips to avoid self-sabotage, a weekly meal planner tracker, a fitness tracker, a self-care journal, nervous system regulation guided practice, an emotional energetic guided practice, a wellness tracker. You're going to start understanding the emotions that are underlying your cravings, stress eating, and emotional eating. You're going to start decoding and accessing the wisdom within. So again, with either the mini course alone or the full bundle that's 91% off with the full month of support and one-on-one consultation, you can't go wrong. And I know that this is going to be absolutely transformative for you. I know this is going to create such a vital force is the word that's coming for me. A vital force, not just in weight loss. The weight will come off and you're going to feel lighter and you're going to feel so much more vitality and life force in all aspects of life. And I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to be your cheerleader, hold your hand, and help you through the process. So go ahead, click below, And keep an eye out for the rest of the masterclass series. We're going to be going deep into all of the pillars with lots of tips, lots of tricks, lots of guidance for you as well. I wish you and your loved ones all the best. And remember, I'm here to help you activate your radiant health, wellness, and vitality from within with your body as your ally.